on winning the Scottish Premier League?
Well, I would think that given a choice, the Ibrox faithful, I would think, would choose winning the league would be the preferable option. But I think what Albert said was a lot of good sense. He said, let's be cautious, let's not be too optimistic, let's not set the targets too high, let's see how well we progress in the early rounds before we start talking about the later rounds. A lot of common sense in that, but I would think that uppermost in all Rangers players' minds this year will be try to win that league back again.
Now, £20 million Advocaat has spent this summer bringing in 6 players, 18 million last season. That is a very, very large amount of money, and maybe some of the Rangers fans we were talking to before the game, there's an expectation that you know, this guy Albert, we want success in Europe, and surely with this amount of money, you know, we shouldn't have to wait for teams to gel. They should be capable, they're professionals, of just going out there and winning this.
I think there's a lot of truth in that. To me, often players and the way their teams and the way they play are down to the quality of the players. And if you do buy players of the top quality, then you expect them to get themselves organised very much more quickly than ordinary players. But having said that, it's never desperately easy. It is very early in the season for Rangers, and indeed for Shelbourne as well, I suppose. But if you look at the lineup, there are very few of the big names, the big recent signings in that lineup, and most of them are players that were there last year, with the exception of Van Bronckhorst from Feyenoord.
Well, we know that there is no Andrei Kanchelskis. He is injured. There's no Negri, of course, as well. He's playing with the reserves these days. Now, Prenton Park is not full by any means this afternoon or this evening, but there is a pretty large contingent of Rangers fans that you can see in the Tranmere Rovers home stand behind the back of the goal. And this is one of these grounds, Billy, where the stands are so close to the field that you don't really need an awful lot of people in to generate a great atmosphere.
No, that's right. There certainly will be atmosphere. I mean, the Rangers fans have travelled a long way. They'll be down here, typical Scottish crowd. They'll make lots of noise and they'll create lots of atmosphere. But the ground, the pitch itself is in magnificent condition, and I think we might well have a very exciting game in prospect.
Well, there is the Rangers lineup. Confirmation that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, the one new signing of the summer, is to take his place on the field. Now, Shelbourne, Billy, they're a hard side, and I mean that in the physical sense.
Well, yeah, I think they very well will be. You know, Dermot Keeley, the manager, was a very powerful centre-half, a good centre-half in the Irish League, and, you know, to be quite frank with you, I would imagine he'll have a competitive side playing tonight.
Shelbourne get the game underway then in the red shirts. Alan Goff. And they've promised to attack right from the start, Shelbourne. They've got absolutely nothing to lose, they say. 15 is Dean Fitzgerald. Charbonnier, the goalkeeper who arrived from Auxerre, is on the bench tonight. He took a little bit of a knock before he got here. 6 is Scully. '23 there, Graham. And Rangers will need to get a hold of this game and just calm things down very quickly, Billy, and settle into their stride, because Shelbourne will hustle them.
They've started in that mood already. They seem to be very positive. They're having a go. They're not here to be second best. They're not here just to enjoy the occasion, and at the moment they're really having a go at Rangers.
Well, there is McCarthy, intercepted this time by Porrini. That's a good ball out wide here. 18 is Gattuso, and he's a real handful, is Gattuso. Really busy player, a great favourite amongst the Ibrox faithful. Gagan covering him. And the keeper got a connection to that, only just. Staying forward, intercepted by McCarthy. The 11 is Rutherford. That's a poor ball given away far too easily there to Albert. 9 is Gordon Durie. Very little time off for Gordon Durie, almost straight back into training after the World Cup run. And already Shelbourne forced onto the back foot. This is Porrini inside Rutherford. Porrini continues his run. Well, even at this early stage, not a red shirt in sight. Two strikers, Morley and Kelly for Shelbourne. The referee and assistants tonight from Romania. Shelbourne, Billy, are lining up with a fairly standard 4-4-2 formation here. There's nothing particularly new about the way they're going to play tonight. They've not adopted a style to suit the opposition.
No, they haven't. Obviously, they're playing to their own strengths, but, you know, Rangers look very confident at the moment. They're well organised as well, and to be quite honest with you, they are really looking good at this moment. Gattuso as well. Again, now there's a chance here. That was Graham once again. And wide, number 12, Van Bronckhorst. And does well to keep the ball in there, Van Bronckhorst. A man with plenty of European experience from the past couple of years. Just 23 years of age. Played in all Feyenoord's Champions League games last season. And made it to the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Feyenoord lost against Rapid Vienna a couple of years ago. 4 is Petric, and already Rangers appear to have taken some of the sting out of the Shelbourne team, and they're now just sat back inviting Rangers to come forward. This is Porrini again. They're looking for Graham. And Dermot Keely, a man you know well, Billy.
Certainly do. He was a good player with Dundalk in Ireland. I tried to offer him a deal at Celtic years ago, but...
As Durie gets to the byline, this is going to be an opener. No, the goalkeeper was quick to read the situation. Durie doing very well to get to the line, and Declan Gagan was lost momentarily.
It was a good break by Rangers. Gordon Durie's pace is excellent. Good ball into the middle, and might have come to something better.
Porrini getting things going again. 18 is Gattuso. Bit sloppy there, though, from Gattuso. And we talked, Billy, beforehand. We said, are Shelbourne likely to be overawed? They look that way just at the moment.
I think that's more down to the excellent way that Rangers have approached and started the game. Very positive, very confident. Nice bit of organisation style about them, and they look full of running.
Well, they've got something to prove to this man. Dick Advocaat is a disciplinarian. Porini's ball forward again. Advocaat, you may remember, in charge of the Dutch side in the World Cup in USA 1994, where the discipline was felt by many of the players to be a little too much. Goff's kick. 7 is Baker. That's a decent ball by Baker, and it's an own goal. Unbelievable start, and Rangers go behind, and it's Porrini who put the ball past Niemi. The first ball played into the penalty area, and Rangers Rangers defence was all over the place. One red shirt in there, and Billy, that is an absolute disaster.
Well, it's certainly bad defending, but, you know, Jonas Tern was away back in there in the heart of his defence, and you hardly think there was a necessity for that, but when he did make contact, Perini really literally tried to clear it, but the position that he was in, he had great difficulty in getting away from his own goals, and really it's the first effort that, the first time really that Shelbourne have been in Rangers half.
Well, there were some that expected little more than a practice match here for Glasgow Rangers. They've got work to do here. Now, can Shelbourne keep a semblance of cool and a semblance of calm? And just a little too much pace on the ball, and the vastly outnumbered support is now beginning to make its voice heard here. Suddenly, the Rangers fans have gone deathly quiet. Jury's forward looking. And again, we said, Billy, that it would take time for this side to gel as a unit.
Well, certainly Dick Advocaat will be disappointed at losing a goal so easily, because it was a straightforward ball in from the right-hand side. The two central defenders got themselves into no man's land. Jonas Tern was right in there, couldn't manage to cope with the ball, and Perini unfortunately turned it in his own net, but he'll be disappointed at the lack of a positive action at the back there.
Fantastic atmosphere inside Prenton Park here this evening, and although I'm sure it's not the last goal that we're going to see this evening, we couldn't have wished for a better start, not only to the UEFA campaign but to Eurosport's European campaign. Goff just aiming long again. Forward by Tern. There's some extra spring in the step of Shelbourne now. Now a chance for Perini to make amends as he gets forward. There is Liam Kelly. Throw in to be taken then by Gagan. Kicking skill in terms of length gained, certainly not in question from Goff. Just a little of the accuracy at the moment is missing. That's Smith's ball downfield. Well, only a temporary stay surely, Billy, for Nimi in the goal until Charbonnier is fit.
Well, he came with a good reputation. He didn't have an awful lot of games last season, but the games that he did have, he looked a useful goalkeeper. It's nice to have competition in all positions, and I think there will be competition in that position this season.
Graham with his arm up, looking to pick up the ball again. Nobody's seen him just as yet. This is Porini. Graham is there waiting once again for possession to be given to it. 6 is Jonas Tern. And again, Shelbourne very quick to close down the space. Not allow Glasgow Rangers a lot of time. Now, on the break, that's a good bit of play there from Rutherford. Still going, Rutherford. He's got to wait, though. There's nobody up with him just at the moment. It's Rutherford against Porini. Still going, Rutherford, and did well to get the cross in. Turned up for a trial about 6 years ago, Rutherford, from Birmingham City, and stayed.
Well, Well, it's an interesting system that they're using just at the minute. They've got Morley up front on his own, with Kelly playing in the hole just behind him, and Rutherford and Baker wide on either side. And Rutherford looks very interesting at this time. Good cross ball in there, but well taken certainly by the goalkeeper. But you know, they're very progressive down either side, and obviously the confidence level has risen.
Well, he's certainly got the equal of Porrini for pace. Well, it couldn't have been a worse start, really, this for Dick Advocaat.
He'll certainly be very disappointed because, in fairness, his team started very well, very confidently, pushing the ball about, knocking it about with lots of confidence. But the first question mark made of his defence, he'll lose a goal.
There's Rutherford getting stuck in once again, but he's lost out this time. 18 is Gattuso. And that's a man that certainly does know how to mix it up in the middle of the field. There's Rutherford again, and he wins the free kick. Real gutsy player, Gattuso.
He's a real fiery little player. I think he's got tremendous ability and potential, but he's sometimes just got to watch his temper.
There's Gagan with the kick. Looking for Rutherford. It's important, though, Billy, at this stage that Rangers keep their composure, keep their calm and keep their shape.
Very much so. I think one of the aspects of finding it troublesome that the system they're playing, Gattuso is playing slightly out of position on this right-hand side, and likewise Albert's on the left-hand side. And I think that's the difficulty they've got. They're not natural wide players, either of the two of them. And really, with Albert's shooting power, they're really missing the benefit of having him that bit closer inside.
Not a great ball by Baker, but it finds the number 11 of Rutherford nonetheless. Well, as they begin to maybe commit a few more players forward in search of this equalising goal, they've got to be aware of the dangers of the counter-attack from Sheldon. Very congested in the middle there. This is Porrini. You can be sure we'll be desperate to make amends for that own goal. 9 is Gordon Jury. That's a good ball. Well, disappointing cross, though. He's found little space so far.
Well, Van Bronckhorst made an excellent run, and I have the feeling that might well have been a corner kick in different circumstances, but good ball by Jury, and if he's going to be as positive as that, then that will obviously be good for Rangers, because that's exactly the type of run they're going to need from the back.
One of the newer generation of rising Dutch talent, Van Bronckhorst, along with the likes of Roy Mackay and Dave Vandenberg. The era after, of course, the Davids and Seedorf, but they haven't quite hit the heights of your Davids or Seedorfs just yet. But a lot is certainly expected at Glasgow Rangers anyway of Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. That was not a good ball by Amoruso.
It illustrates the difficulty Rangers are having at the minute, because immediately they get possession, Shelburne drop off, leave one player, Morley, up front, the rest go back, retreat into midfield and into defence, and say you can have the ball in your own half, but you're going to find it difficult to break us down.
Rutherford leaving the ball to go and take a position inside the Rangers half. Here he is again, Rutherford. He's tripped from behind. Leonce is the referee. 6 is Jonas Turn. And again, that was a very poor piece of play from Glasgow Rangers. 11, Alberts. Gordon Jury Getting to the byline, cuts inside his man. Good shot and a good save by Gough. Good play though, Billy, by Gordon Durie.
Very much so. He's good at breaking into those wide positions, but look at this, that's good skill. Brings it back, drags it on his right foot. A good stop by the goalkeeper, stood up to it, got it over the bar, but good run and shot by Durie.
The first real save he's had to make, but it will give him confidence. And that's another save, this time with the feet. It's not clear just yet. Turn was in there, trying to poke it back inside. That was good play by Gough once again to get down that quickly with his feet. And that's not going to be a free kick. Play answers the referee. This is Gordon Durie still. Out wide here is Porrini. Jonas Turn. And again, Rangers finding no way through and having to come back to regroup and rebuild. And all of a sudden, the words in the press this morning of Georges Albertz seemingly having a ring of truth about them after 18 minutes here at Prenton Park. Amoruso. Porrini. Rutherford will get back there, but not quick enough. This is Porrini. Toward the edge of the penalty area. Porrini will perhaps have a go on goal here. On his wrong foot, though. It still may drop this time to the number 11, Albertz. Well, maybe Porrini should have perhaps had an attempt on goal there himself, Billy.
He might well have done, but this is the area that Albertz is good in that inside, rather than wide on the left-hand side, in that inside area where he's got tremendous striking power, and if he gets a chance to have a shot at goals, then the goalkeeper will know all about it.
Well, offensive-looking Dick Advocaat on the bench. Porrini again. Turn. Amoruso. Porrini. Rutherford intercepting. And back on the chase goes Petric. Porrini. And again given away. This is Rutherford again. There's nobody up in support with him though once again. And they're going to have to learn to be a little quicker, but he's done really well to keep hold of the ball and possession. Just escapes him though. Durie. Fitzgerald. Well, that's a good ball. Now going into the penalty area is Morley, if he can get the ball across. No, he can't. And Yimi this time as Morley peeled away to the back post. Looking perhaps for a handball, but it was intercepted by Smith, and it was on the chest. For here is Petric. Amoruso. Porrini. And well read by Geoghegan. Gattuso losing out this time. Rutherford once more. Forward from Amoruso once again. But it's all very easy at the moment. That was McCarthy's clearing header. Petric. Gordon Durie dropping ever deeper to look for possession and to get things going. But it's not working at the moment for Rangers, Billy.
No, everything's going Shelbourne's way just at the minute, and they really are. They're sucking Rangers in and hoping to catch them on the break. As we saw just a moment or two ago there, Baker got himself clear on the right-hand side and really perhaps should have done better with the cross. But the problem Rangers have got is that, you know, that Shelbourne are retreating and making life very, very difficult for them.
Rutherford across to cover Porrini. Porrini's made some space for himself inside if Gattuso can get the ball in, but that was again a really good challenge from Gagan. Rutherford didn't really look where he was playing the ball, and Conceited just giving possession back to Rangers. Well, that was a ball haul there by Van Bronckhorst. It really didn't open up anything at all. Here he is again. Van Bronckhorst will try a shot from distance and squirms wide of Goff's goal.
Looks a competent, a very competent player, Van Bronckhorst, but that's the type of thing Rangers have been forced into simply because of the numbers that Shelbourne have got back.
Trying to buzz around and pick up the loose ball in the middle of the field, but this time it's Petric. Amoruso, and Goff getting his body behind the ball. Good positioning by the keeper, just in case there are any awkward bounces. They're not the easiest to save, those, are they?
Certainly not. Certainly the pitch is very true and the goalkeeper took it very confidently, but that's the type of thing, to beat a retreating defence, that you sometimes got to shoot from out far.
And a shove in the back. And Durie gives away a free kick. But he's looked fairly lively, Gordon Durie, considering that he's had basically an unbroken year almost.
Well, that's right. It has been a long season from. Certainly last season he wasn't always chosen from the start, and he'll have press, but he'll be trying to prove a point and make sure that he's first name on the team sheet. Certainly he has got pace. He is prepared to break into the wide areas, and I think sometimes he does too much of his running away from that centre forward beat.
32 years of age though now, Gordon Durie. Graham trying to slip inside two men. There's Gattuso come charging in there. When things were looking a little hesitant, Gattuso just goes steaming in.
He's certainly all action, and there's no halfway measure from it. David Graham has gone in there, and really he didn't try to put his foot over the ball. That was a good challenge, I felt, but nevertheless the referee gave a foul.
About 600 or 700 have made their way over from Ireland tonight, and they're enjoying every moment so far. This is Gattuso, still going Gattuso, here's a chance, the keeper's out. Good save once again, it's still not clear, Rutherford gets it away. Good work once again from Rutherford. And Dury will be a little disappointed, but once more the driving force behind the run from the middle of the field is Gattuso, who's coming more and more into the game, and Dury won't be happy with his first touch there. The keeper doing well initially, Billy.
Yeah, Gattuso did very well, didn't he? Because it was a nice little reverse pass into the area. Gordon Dury certainly will regret the fact that his first touch with the ball took the ball so far away from him.
This is Amoruso, and way over the bar.
Bit of desperation I feel in that. He was never in a position to test the goalkeeper there, and sometimes rather than have the shot, lay the ball across the front of the goals and look for somebody to run into the angle of the ball.
Up goes Rutherford again, beaten by Porrini in the air this time. Gagan's throw. Smith. 7 was Desi Baker. Cross to cover is Fenlon. Sensible option. Well, just getting a little too overconfident there. Rangers charging down the field. Well, they return the generous gesture. And Shelbourne breathe easy once again. Amoruso crossfield to Petric. Ferguson. And intercepted again, really rather easily by Rutherford, who's having a really good game in this opening 28 minutes or so, Billy.
Well, since they scored that goal, Shelbourne have really played well when Rangers have got the ball, and they've formed a wide group of players right across the pitch, and they're making it very difficult for Rangers either to pass the ball in between them or indeed on the wide side of them. And really, they're performing very well at this minute. Rutherford, Baker on the other side, they both work very hard to supplement their defence in midfield.
Oh, there could be a bit of a problem here. They're given a free kick away in a dangerous area. The foul on Gattuso. Everybody forward and everybody back as the free kick is swung deep to the far post, and the keeper's lost it momentarily, and the referee's whistle has already gone. The ball was out of play. Oh, touch and go, really. That was Amoruso.
I think Shelbourne had a little bit of luck there, but certainly the referee, the linesman rather, had his flag up early, but I think Rangers were just a little bit unlucky there.
Well, Goff has taken a bit of a knock in the process and will receive some treatments. Now, on the substitutes bench tonight, we have Amato, who it said had picked up a little injury, the 4.2 million signing from Spain. Maybe we'll see him in a couple as the game progresses.
I'm surprised, you know, that if he has an injury, I'm really surprised that he's on the bench, because obviously you wouldn't want to see a situation, particularly with the strain in the stomach area, you wouldn't want to see that accentuate into something more serious. But if he's on the bench, then I find it difficult to understand why he's not on the pitch, because, you know, he comes as a confirmed goal scorer, and that's exactly what Rangers look as though they need at this minute.
Well, there was talk before the game, whilst we were talking to members of the Rangers delegation, of not wanting to risk this player, not wanting to risk that player. Maybe they've taken Shelbourne a little too lightly. Who knows at the moment? One goal behind they are. certainly the directive from the Shelbourne management team has been enjoy the experience and give as good as you possibly can, and they've been doing that up to this minute in time, and they've been doing really very well indeed. There's the number 7, Desi Baker, trained along with the likes of David Beckham at Manchester United, but was one of the few that didn't make it.
That's right, but nice apprenticeship for a young lad, and he's certainly enjoying the game tonight.
There he is again, and an offside. There's Van Bronckhorst. He, as we said, is used to European competition, but not at this stage. Well, it's worth pointing out, though, again, that this is nothing like Glasgow Rangers' first choice 11, though, Billy.
Certainly not. You know, but at the minute that'll be little comfort for the fans and for Dick Advocaat, because really this is a tie that they perhaps felt they would go through comfortably.
Well, they've got 2 legs in which to do it, and the game, of course, still a long way from over. But they look to have just become a little frustrated. Well, that was sloppy play given away in the middle there. 14 Fenlon was there. Off goes Rutherford on the chase, looking to close down Porrini. Well, that's a nice ball. Touchdown wide by Turn, gets it into the penalty area, but once again, plenty of red shirts back to defend. And Rutherford just sending it a little further downfield to buy a little more breathing space for a well-worked defence so far. Gagan, Rutherford, just anywhere downfield will do just at this moment. Across to cover Amoruso. Morley's chasing everything that comes his way. McCarthy winning it in the air. 20 is Kelly. Across, though, is Porrini. Six is Jonas Turn. Continues his run forward. That's Petrich's ball. Again, these almost slide rule type balls are just really rule too easy for Shelbourne just at this moment.
Well, I honestly think that Rangers' system is a little bit uncomfortable for some of the players. I think Alberts and Gattuso are both putting in a power of work, but to me they've been played out of position. They're not comfortable in the position they've been asked to play.
Alberts, a little bit of space to get the ball across. That's a decent delivery. Jury is up there, and it's kept in play. Is it by Goff? No, it isn't, says the referee. It's a corner to Rangers. This time they leave 2 back, Glasgow Rangers. Not a good delivery. Jonas Turn tries to attach his boot to the ball. He'll get another attempt on it here. And it went straight at Graham. 8 there is Ferguson. Switching it wide, looking to try and find Porrini. And the quality of ball, not of the required standard. Gagan's throw. And a route similar that we've seen for the opening 20 minutes, just volleyed downfield, looking for the runner, who in this case was Morley. Kelly chasing across the edge of the centre circle and harrying his man into a mistake. Gattuso was hanging out wide. This is Porrini. Gattuso comes infield as Gagan comes back to cover. Do you think perhaps, though, Billy, that Shelbourne are going to have to do a little more because the current rate of things are just sitting back and inviting Rangers forward? It's a risky game to play as we're not even at the halfway stage yet.
No, that's right, it is a risky game, but you know, at the moment Rangers really don't seem to have the craft and the skill to break down that Shelbourne defence, and they're having a difficult time.
Getting the game underway again, looking for Kelly. 18, Gattuso once again. Easily won in the air by Amoruso. To his Porrini. Again, poor first touch there by Gordon Durie. Morley up for that one, and they'll win a free kick. Well, the management team for Shelbourne must be ecstatic of what they've seen so far.
They'll be very pleased indeed, and they're entitled to be so because they have made life very difficult for Rangers. And you know, as I say, they're allowing Rangers to have possession in their own half, but making it very difficult for them to get any passes going when they're in the Shelbourne half.
Amoruso. There's a real definite lack of invention in this Rangers side at the moment. They need some spark of inspiration from somewhere. At the moment it's just not forthcoming. Biggest touch looking for Rutherford to come back, and does so. Is Fenlon. Smith. Baker. And is he going to continue his run? Yes, he does. Baker. Kelly's in the centre. And Rutherford arriving late. A little too much pace on the ball, perhaps. He got a little overexcited there.
He certainly got himself into a little bit of a rash challenge by Petric, and Baker made good grounds, got himself into a good position. But you should never try to hit the first defender with your cross. A little bit more care and attention would have worked wonders there.
Well, McCarthy goes in, and it's bubbling around, and it's a goal, and it's Rutherford. Absolutely incredible Rangers defence all over the place once again, and they were stood like statues, and there must have been 2 or 3 attempts. McCarthy came charging in, the keeper was absolutely nowhere, Morley couldn't get his foot on it, and Rutherford did, and there could be real history in the making here. Shelbourne 2-0 up over Glasgow Rangers.
It's certainly a real shock. Good delivery from the corner kick, but the goalkeeper is nowhere, gets himself under, gets himself lost, and defensively Rangers are all sorts there. And Rutherford comes in, knocks into net, and certainly a very serious situation for Rangers now.
Well, I tell you where I'd rather be having a drink after this game. 23 Graham. Rangers have got a lot of work to do if they're not to suffer huge embarrassment and what could possibly be irreparable damage to their season in July. Florini, they need a goal back before half-time, and they've got 3 minutes in which to get it. The 5,000 or 6,000 Glasgow Rangers supporters are sat in stunned silence. They're used to European disappointment, of course, over the past couple of years, but nothing, surely nothing, could have prepared them for what they've seen here so far. And after they'd started, the brighter of the two teams, and looked as though they were about to take control and a hold of the game after just 7 or 8 minutes. This is Gattuso. Goff out to collect, and this will go into touch as the trainer comes on. Well, the question is, can Rangers come back from this? I mean, it is only 2 goals, but what it must have done to their confidence.
The problem they've got is that they don't seem to have any creation from midfield to break down Shelbourne at the back, and I honestly think that they've got to try and make progress down either side. We've seen a little bit of that from Van Bronckhorst on the left-hand side, but very little on the right-hand side. And the problem is the 2 wide players, Gattuso on the right, Albertz on the left-hand side, neither of them are natural at playing in that wide position, and they're not prepared to burst down those wide areas, and they're trying to play through the middle. Very congested area because Shelbourne are pouring loads of players back there, and they find it very difficult to see any gaps in their defence.
Well, it's always difficult, of course, to pick games at this stage of the season to bring you on television, but we sure have picked the right one here.
The other problem that Rangers have got is really that they haven't been questioned very much defensively, but the twice that Shelbourne have scored, it was really with simple situations. It wasn't magnificent breakthroughs or anything like that, and they've been found wanting on 2 occasions.
Forward by Fenlon once again, this time cleared by Petric. Just into touch. Well, the paint will be peeling off the walls in the Rangers dressing room at half-time. And if Dick Advocaat was in, or under any illusions about just how difficult this job is, and this 45 minutes will have brought it right home to him. When he came here, he said he knew just what European success meant to this club. This, though, was certainly not in the script. 23 is Graham, across to challenge is Fenlon. Amaruso. And that's going to be a corner. Well, looking at the goalkeeper claiming not enough communication there between defender and keeper. Safety first policy though. Jury screaming at his men to get them forward to join him. Porini's there. And it's going to go in. Oh, just wide of the post. Looked as though Goff was beaten there, but that's the nearest they've come, Billy.
Yes, it's a good delivery from the left-hand side, good touch on, and Porini, I think, really lost the flight of the ball, but good touch from Jury, and the most serious attempt we've seen from Rangers.
Copious notes being made on the Rangers bench. I should imagine he's having trouble trying to find the words to describe how to sum up this opening 45 minutes here at Prenton Park this evening. 2 minutes into injury time. And that indeed is the half-time whistle. And boos greet the departing Rangers players as they literally run off the field. Well, the half-time score, Shelbourne 2, Glasgow Rangers 0. We're going to take a very short commercial break. Join us again in a couple of minutes. Welcome back then, live to Prenton Park. The second half just underway. 2 substitutions for Glasgow Rangers in the second half. Off have gone 18 Gattuso and 23 Graham. They've been replaced by the number 10 Amato and the man in shot there, number 16 Johansson. Now Billy, a lot is expected of Amato, who has arrived with a big reputation.
Well, that's right, and really, if you think of the tradition of Rangers centre-forwards, including McCoist, the last one, the big scorer.
Are they going here? There's a chance coming up here. Great save by Goff. Wonderful save by Goff. How did he get his hand to that from Johansson? It looked as though he'd made a decision to dive, and his hand held up right at the last moment to divert the ball over the bar. Great piece of goalkeeping there by Goff, who's kept them in it with a series of timely saves. Now Rangers upping the tempo in these opening minutes of this second half. That's a lovely turn by Amato.
Amato certainly made an impact because it was he who made the good work, come in from the right-hand side, laid the ball into Johansson, and only for that magnificent save of the goalkeeper, Johansson would have scored with his first touch.
Everybody forward again. This is Porini across there to cover, though, is Gagan at the expense of another corner. Now Shelbourne have defended their corners a little better than Rangers have defended theirs. Everybody back bar one for Shelbourne. Rangers leaving 2. There's Amato, and it's right across everybody. It's still not clear just yet, but it is now as Goff comes to claim. A lot of movement around there, and certainly the introduction of Johansson and Amato has done something to spice up this Rangers attack from the opening couple of minutes that we've seen so far. They're 2 goals behind, though. Here he is again, Johansson immediately finding more space, everybody watching it go across. Very calm piece of play. Van Bronckhorst back into the penalty area. Goff comes out. And Shelbourne just a little slow to get into their stride.
Well, I certainly think they've been tested and hit by the impact that Rangers have made at the start of the second half. Certainly Amato has made a very impressive start. Good control, took the ball at defenders, took it past them and laid in a good ball to Johansson. He's had a real good start.
Desi Baker finding Morley. Baker going for the return. Across low to cover is Petric. Across his own goal, not the safest place to be at this stage as Kelly goes off on the chase. Kelly still snapping at the heels of Amoruso. And Rutherford's there now. Well, they held off the initial onslaught from Rangers in the first 15 minutes of the first half. Van Bronckhorst, 16 is Johansson, just runs away from him. Smith covering. And not a good night all round. Celtic drawing currently 0-0 with St Patrick's. Baker losing out to Gordon Durie. And Durie running into no man's land. Alberts. Baker across to cover, shrugging his man away quite easily. Turn spreading it out wide to Ferguson. And an offside flag.
Certainly one thing's evident, that Perini has obviously been instructed to push forward at all times, not to worry too much about Rutherford, but to go and push himself right on the top of him, and anything goes down that right-hand side he's been asked to chase. Johansson's going to do a job similar to that, but perhaps playing a much more forward position in this left-hand side.
That's difficult for any to essentially say anything to the Shelbourne team after that first half performance, apart from more of the same, please.
Well, I think that's exactly what I'm quite convinced that Dermot Keely will have told his team to expect an onslaught at the start of the second half, and if they can withstand that, then they'll be in a very comfortable position.
Johansson's there as the rain begins to fall. And it's very fine rain, and it's making this surface a little slippery. This is Gordon Durie, still Gordon Durie, out wide to number 10, Amato. Durie takes up position on the edge of the 6-yard area, and it's a corner to Glasgow Rangers.
Amato has made a real impact. The first thing in his thought is to get at a defender and try to go past him.
There's Johansson on the line. Not a good delivery, though. But it's very slippery in there now. Rain been coming down for about 10 or 15 minutes or so here. It's not been the greatest day in Birkenhead. Here's Perini, still going. Still more Rangers pressure as Fitzgerald goes across to cover his man. Oh, the free kick again being conceded in a really dangerous position, and rather fortunate, I think, their ability to get that free kick.
I think if you attack defenders with the ball, you're always liable to get fouls given against the defender, and that's exactly what Amato's got in his mind.
Everybody forward, as you can see there. There's Johansson right on the back post. They go near, though, headed up into the air by Smith, then it comes back. That's a good save once again. Well, Van Bronckhorst, that's the best shot in anger he's had so far during the entire game. 8 is Ferguson. And again, plenty forward for Rangers here, but just a little too much pace on there. As again, Amato made his way into the 6-yard area and was looking likely to cause trouble. Certainly, Goff has had a marvellous game so far. Here's Rutherford. He's not had too bad a game himself. Forward by McCarthy. Rangers ball, though. Van Bronckhorst. Down he goes, looking for a penalty, Alberts, and was never likely to get it. This is Amato making space. Amato still can't get it away, though, Shelbourne. Van Bronckhorst, they don't want to leave him clear with a chance to shoot on goal. And he was always going away from the goal, and he wins another corner. Much more positive this opening, Billy, though, from Rangers.
Very much so. There we see that shot from Van Bronckhorst, and I think really the deflection took it away from goals. He was trying to hit it with the outside of his foot, but the thing that's made the impact is Perini going down that right-hand side and Johansson down the left-hand side.
Well, Amato is not even marked at the moment. You may well have seen him there just nip away to the back post, and they've got to be careful there, Shelbourne. That's Ferguson. Petric snapping at his heels, though, is Kelly. And that's going to drop for Geoghegan. Up in the air once more, though, by Amoruso. Goal for the clearance. Yeah, an easy win in the air that time for Amoruso. Back, though, to cover is Scully. Solid game Scully's had.
They've been very solid at the back. Certainly in that first half they didn't have an awful lot of pressure imparted on them. This second half they're going to have to work for the money.
I'll tell you what, though, Billy, this would be like something out of the X-Files if they did win this. That's Desi Baker. Good try, though, from distance. Fenlon. Chasing is Morley. That's back across to Petric. Johansson and Smith. Again, still a remarkably casual attack there by Rangers. Van Bronckhorst. And the ball did not go out of play. This is Amoruso. Van Bronckhorst. Rangers fans picking up the tempo on the terraces to try and get their team re-motivated. Although I doubt they need any help. That's Desi Baker going down there as Kelly slipped forward to try and put him through. And again, that was a dangerous situation there, Billy, for Glasgow Rangers. 2-on-2.
They seem prepared to leave themselves in that situation because they know they've got to push forward, they've got to get a breakthrough, although it might seem just a little bit strange with the second leg to come up.
Through the middle goes Morley. Morley into the penalty area. Oh, Morley! Number 3 for Shelbourne. And what a marvellous finish. Really coolly done by Morley. And it's going from bad and bad to worse and worse for Glasgow Rangers. And the boos beginning to ring around here now. It's a disaster, this, for Glasgow Rangers.
It certainly is, and really that's where they've had the problem, because whatever pressure they've imparted on Shelbourne in the second half, that's the first attack that Shelbourne have had, and once again the defence has been breached, and breached so very easily, right through the middle. And to be fair to Morley, when the chance came, he took it magnificently.
Can Rangers come back from this? It would be some monumental effort. It's going to need every ingredient that they've not shown so far. They've got a corner, though, and it'll be taken by Albert. Out-swinging corner. Handball, and Rangers have got a penalty. Well, an immediate reply. Stepping up is the number 11, Albert. You can see it there. Unlucky for Shelbourne, and unlucky for McCarthy. To get them back into game and resurrect the season. Albert, and he does it. Sends Goff the wrong way. And maybe that will provide the spark of inspiration that Rangers have needed.
Well, certainly it was a very silly thing for McCarthy to do, no matter how ominous a goal seems. Don't put your hand up and give away a penalty, but so competently dispatched by Alberts. What
a game we've got here. Shelbourne 3, Rangers 1. And the thing is that Shelbourne looked likely to score when they come forward almost at every time in this second half. We noted how Rangers were leaving themselves a little open at the back. They were punished literally a minute after we said it. And maybe there's more goals in it yet, but what a night of European football here on Eurosport. So early into the season. This is Johansson. Rangers coming forward. Johansson can't get the ball in this time. Charging back to assist there was Morley. And you won't see a cooler, better finish on the European circuit this season than Morley's. Absolutely superb.
It was indeed, but it was right through the heart of the Rangers defence, and really the coach will be really disappointed.
Ferguson, another shot, good save once again, that shot from Albert.
Alberts is happier in that position because it gives him the opportunity to get right there in the heart of things, get a strike or two at goals, and we saw the power with which he can hit the ball, and once again a tremendous save by Gough.
Well, remember that does constitute an away goal for Rangers in this tie, a vital away goal as well. Remember, we're here after the tie was switched for security reasons to Prenton Park. This is Johansson. That's a decent ball, and it was just a little too far there for Amato. But there was plenty of time there for Van Bronckhorst to measure his cross.
He looks a very accomplished player, and he's playing out of position tonight, I would think. But that was a delightful ball, and really you would be looking for Amato and Gordon Jury to be attacking that ball. It was a beautiful flight in behind it, eliminated the defenders and gave them a chance to get a header on goal.
Well, the noise being generated by the 6,000 or so in here is equivalent to about 3 or 4 times that now. Here's Rutherford, gets a good ball across once again, and Morley was lurking on the back post. Jonas turned to get play underway. Amoruso. Porini. 9 is Gordon Jury. In front of him, standing his ground, is McCarthy. 8 is Ferguson. Making his way forward is Van Bronckhorst. There was space there for him. Now away comes Baker. Well, again, just a little overexcited and getting the ball downfield, but it'll give them some respite in the defence, which has been again under almost constant siege since the second half began. Van Bronckhorst ball forward. This is Amato, who's drifted out a bit after a promising opening 5 or 6 minutes from him at the beginning of this half. Baker intercepts once more as Rangers give possession away. Four is Petric. And on the chase to cover it out is Gagan. Big week of football, remember, on Eurosport after last night. Germany's 4-1 defeat of Spain and England's 1-0 victory over the Republic of Ireland in the UEFA Under-18 Championships. Remember, that's all looks as though it's heading for an England-Germany final on Sunday. You'll be able to see that live on Eurosport. A Rangers substitution about to be made, and don't forget, tomorrow night, Ajax against Copenhagen at 6 o'clock, followed by Germany against Portugal at 9 o'clock, and then on Saturday, another high-profile friendly, as Ferguson, that's Ian Ferguson, is about to come on for number 6, Jonas Tern. As we're seeing, another high-profile friendly, PSG against Athletic Bilbao, and that is on Saturday night. And then another full week of football next week as well. So a seamless year of football on Eurosport as we get into this new season. And what a start we've had here at Prenton Park tonight. Shelbourne 3, Glasgow Rangers 1. And on the cards, potentially one of the biggest shocks, certainly in Rangers' illustrious European history, should they, of course, carry this through a second leg. Well, remember, they've got to go to Ibrox next week, and it will be a whole different atmosphere there than it is here. The most difficult part then, Billy, is still yet to come though for Shelbourne.
Well, it certainly is, and there's a lot of football to be played in this game still, but you know, the thing that will be annoying for Rangers and really disturbing them is the fact that without being in the game all that much, whenever they get possession, Shelbourne look as though they're likely to score.
Amoruso's crossfield ball again, a little too much pace, is greeted with rapturous applause and cheers from the travelling Irish contingent away to our right. Well, the rain has temporarily abated here, but it's still made the surface a little greasy. And perhaps we've not seen the last of the defensive mistakes. Amoruso's ball forward. Need a little more assistance in there, take some of the heat off as Rangers come forward once again. They don't have to wait too long until Rangers just concede possession. And back they have to go. 4 is Petric. Van Bronckhorst. Shoving the back on Amato, but he keeps his legs well. But a good challenge there by Scully. And Kelly is badly challenged there by Ian Ferguson, who's only been on the field a matter of seconds. And a yellow card given to Ferguson, who was really nowhere near the ball there, Billy.
No, he was certainly very late, and you know, but it was a careless pass by the other Ferguson, young Barry Ferguson, and really he put Ian Ferguson in problems. Certainly can have no complaints about the booking. The referee, in actual fact, has handled the game very well, because that's the first booking he's made in the game, and you would normally think with contest played at this level there might have been 1 or 2 more bookings, but certainly he's let the game flow and he's kept it very fast.
Well, a credit to the teams as well. There's some of the joyous Irish supporters that have made their way across the Irish Sea. Well, the expression hasn't changed so far on the face of Dick Advocaat. It's almost as if he's waiting for his side to wake up as Kelly is taken from the field momentarily. Well, it looks as though he's okay. Rutherford, he's been a bit quiet in the second half, Rutherford, not been in the play as much as he was during the first.
Certainly the Rangers have been a lot more positive in the second half, and particularly on that right-hand side. He's had to do most of his work going back the way to look after Perini breaking in that right-hand side.
Shelbourne just using up as many minutes as they can without incurring the wrath of the referee as the rain begins to come down once again here at Prenton Park. And this is not going to make it easy, this, Billy. It's a real flash storm, this, almost. That's a good turn. Still going, Albert. Final ball was very poor. Headed back up in the air, though, by Ferguson. Amato is there. Amato! Good save by Gough. He doesn't seem to be the quickest player, but he had the beating of his man there.
But he's very sharp, good control, knows exactly what he wants. There's one thing in his mind inside that box, and that's to have a strike-out goal.
But he has certainly been in inspirational form this evening, Gough. Petric. Van Bronckhorst does well to cut inside his man. Reasonable delivery, but just a little too near the goalkeeper in the end, though. odds you could have got on this before the start of the game?
Oh, I think you'd have got any amount of odds on this had you suggested this. In fact, you might have ended up in an asylum somewhere had you suggested a scoreline like this. But that's what football is, isn't it?
Well, they are the Rangers supporters. Barely quiet for a minute during the build-up to this game and for the opening 15 minutes, but even they, well-seasoned travellers that they are, cannot quite believe what they've seen so far here this evening as Amoruso plays that ball forward. And this is no good for Rangers. They need to get the ball down. You can see the rain beginning to just pour straight down on this field. And Nimi, the goalkeeper, has literally had nothing to do apart from pick the ball out the back of the net on 3 different occasions. Amato again dropping deeper, looking for possession. Ferguson. Porini with the throw. 9 is Jury, intercepted by Gagan. 10 is Amato. Does well, McCarthy's there though, still going Amato. One way then the other, but then good play by McCarthy. Well, again another generous decision perhaps from the referee.
Certainly instigated by the assistant referee out there, but it's difficult just to see whether or not McCarthy was holding, but Amato is a real handful when the ball's in his area.
Danger here for Shelbourne. 2 still back for Glasgow Rangers. Guarding the lone Shelbourne striker. There's Amoruso, there's Porini, there's Amato. That's a good delivery. Again, it was well defended though, Billy.
Good delivery and a difficult one to defend positively, and really the defender's got no option but to play over as far as he does here.
Well, McCarthy and Scully combining, and it's back across the edge of the area, and it's off the line. It's still not clear, and is it over? Yes, it is. Skidding across there, and take your pick as to just who got the final touch on that.
Well, certainly I don't think you could argue with Amato. He's definitely claiming it, but you know, good goal line clearance there. We see that, and Amato really does strike it, and yeah, you have got to give it to him.
Definitely a right decision. Definitely the right decision.
Certainly was, and Amato, good finish, and he'll be happy. That's his first goal for his new club.
Desperately unlucky though. I mean, they almost cleared it, just jumped too soon, and the keeper, Goff, who's done nothing wrong all night. But they were all back there. Gagan, McCarthy, Scully and Baker scrambling around, but that ball was buzzing around really quickly. And this is the type of reply that Dick Advocaat would have expected from his side of very highly paid international players. But it must say, it didn't look like it until a couple of minutes ago.
No, I think the biggest thing is that he was looking for a response in the second half, and he certainly got it. Amato, for me, has made a big difference up front. He's been sharp, alert, not so much there, but looking for the ball, and always wants to be involved in the thick of things.
Petric. That now has got the Rangers fans singing. 2 away goals, remember, they now have. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Going to go for the return, is he, Van Bronckhorst? He's still there, Van Bronckhorst! 3-all. When will the drama end here at Prenton Park? But it was a very well-worked move once again. Intelligent running then from Van Bronckhorst. But what about that for a little back heel?
Well, it was a real quality goal because Van Bronckhorst made it, broke from midfield, knew exactly where he was sent the pass into Amato, holds out well, and that back heel worked to perfection. But a tremendous finish by Van Bronckhorst. But it's all changed now.
Well, incredible stuff here we've had tonight. From 3-0 down, literally 7 or 8 minutes ago, Rangers are back level at 3-all. Well, it's coincided, I think, with there's the weather. And Rangers forward again. This is Johansson. They're going for the victory here now. Johansson still going. Van Bronckhorst with the throw. Petric, the celebrations are beginning once again. They've suddenly regained their voices. Amoruso. 14 is Ferguson. Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see who claims that third goal, that second goal, by the way.
I'll put my money on Amato.
9 is Gordon Durie. Amato, here he is. Durie continues his run. Edge of the 6-yard area he is now. Here's Amato, still going. Still going, Amato. It looks as though he'd gone left, found the space, and then cut back inside and defeated himself almost.
He certainly likes that ball, doesn't he? He likes taking it to opponents and to defenders. But, you know, I think it's been a much more impressive performance, obviously, and it's all down to the width that he has created. His system wasn't working in the first half. He changed it, put Johansson on the left-hand side, got Perini to break down that right-hand side, put Amato up to support Durie, and things have worked for him.
Well, they cannot quite believe they were 3-0 up against Glasgow Rangers. Remember, we said Kilmarnock last year just hung on for a 3-2 victory over Shelbourne. But Advocaat breathing a huge sigh of relief here, because his team were literally embarrassed for over an hour by the part-timers from Ireland. But this game is not over yet. Is Fenlon looking for Rutherford, and Perini guiding it out. Now, there are few sides, Billy, around Europe that can match this for following in terms of vocal support and volume. Incredible.
Well, they've certainly got vocal support, and you know, their team in the second half, well, particularly after going 3-0 down, have given them something to cheer about. But certainly a much more impressive performance the second half.
But is there something that you can put your finger on there? Because, I mean, after they went that third goal down, I mean, was there something that happened, something that we could see that actually turned the game around? I mean, there didn't seem to be anything new from the beginning of the second half. Well,
they got the first goal very, very quickly, and they got it very cheaply. I felt at the time McCarthy put his hand up needlessly. You know, okay, it's all very well that you think the ball's going over your head, but you're never entirely sure that the forward is going to get a good strike at goal. Put your hand up, you give a penalty kick away, and you put the game back in the chances of the other team, and that's what happened. Albert shoot the penalty kick so competently, and bingo, they're now 3-all.
Sheridan is on. The number 9 for Shelbourne. Well, they're still getting behind their side. Still plenty of noise coming from the Irish as well. Can they come back from being pegged back to 3-all and stun Rangers again? They've got just over or just under a quarter of an hour remaining. And this is where Rangers have looked, quite frankly, a bit of a mess defensively. Well, that wasn't the best of deliveries, but they still might get some comeback here, Shelbourne. Fitzgerald. And Johansson, who's certainly been pretty impressive, and Albert's there across to cover. Long throw coming into the penalty area, is there? Leaves it for the number 9, Sheridan. Just come on the field, Sheridan. Baker gets the ball back again. Desi Baker still going, needs to get it across now. And it's just behind for a corner, is it? Yes, it is. Bit of a weight problem there, Bill. Now, Fenlon with the corner. That's not a bad delivery. The keeper came again before deciding to step back onto his line. It looks very, very undecided.
Did the right thing eventually, though. He stayed on his line, allowed his defenders to clear the ball and to deal with it, and that was the right thing to do.
These, as we said, very tricky conditions to defend set pieces and corners from. Another one flies in there. Sheridan's there. Can't get hold of it. All we can now, though. Sheridan gets his foot to the ball, but it's walloped clear downfield. Shelbourne keep possession, and then a bit of a mix-up between Rutherford and Desi Baker. But again, Shelbourne seem to have... this is maybe what Shelbourne should have been doing, perhaps, Billy, instead of sitting back inviting Rangers to come at them. There was an awful lot of pressure for 15 or 20 minutes inside this second half. And maybe they should have done what they're doing now, which is come forward a little bit more and give the Rangers defence something to think about.
I think they were forced into defending as much as anything else. You know, all of a sudden, Rangers pushed two players through the middle, had wide players, particularly Johansson on the left-hand side here. But, you know, they've been forced into this. Rangers have definitely lifted the level of their play in the second half, or indeed, since they lost that third goal.
The three is Amoruso. Petric. Johansson, they're not tight on Johansson, they're allowing him to get control of the ball and run at them. Johansson, that's another good ball! 4-3, and it's Amato. Oh, this time it's too much as the crowd spills onto the field to embrace their new hero. What an incredible turnaround.
Well, he certainly knows how to put the ball in the net, but a good run here from Johansson. A delightful ball right to the back post, and you can't leave this fella unmarked in that area, and Shelbourne have certainly paid the penalty. But what an astonishing turnaround.
Well, they certainly haven't been tight enough on Johansson. Smith has been allowing him far too much space to bring the ball under control and then choose just where he wants to go. And that was an absolutely pinpoint perfect cross for Amato. And all he had to do was put it past Goff.
Well, he certainly got lots of pace, but it's all down to the manager appreciating that he hadn't chosen the correct players in the first half. He's put out a team in the second half with a little bit of pace down this left-hand side. Perini pushing forward, and Amato certainly proved that he can finish if you give him the opportunities.
Well, who'd have believed it? 3-0 up Shelbourne were after an hour, and they're now 4-3 down. Now, are there still some more goals left in this final 7 minutes? This man will go on the hunt. Amato, but he's covered this time by McCarthy. But Shelbourne are looking a little tired now, Billy.
Well, they must be totally disillusioned and shattered, because at 3-0 they looked as though they were going to get an incredible result, but really it swung round the other way, and that's down to attitude and a positive aspect from Rangers. Certainly they got the luck with that first goal, the penalty kick, but from then on in they've really proved that they can play, and they've got pride in their performances. More danger then here for Shelbourne as Rangers have another corner. That's another in-swinging delivery. And it's another penalty. No. Well, the referee slightly undecided. We've got to pick this one up here again. Now, was Amato fouled? Well, the referee was certainly no hesitation whatsoever. No,
it's a clear
penalty kick, and you know, once again it was McCarthy, and it's astonishing.
And once again, it will be the number 11, Albert, sends him the wrong way again. Rangers 5, Shelbourne 3. Well, really, just as Rangers were falling apart from every corner in the first half, Shelbourne have been doing it in the last 20 minutes. Quite incredible turnaround in this game. You'd have to look at this game, Billy, and say, did Rangers take this side too lightly at the beginning of this match, or was Shelbourne really 3 goals better up to 1 hour into this match?
I think there's a combination of both. I think they did take them perhaps just a little bit lightly. Paid the penalty simply because Shelbourne's hit them on the break, and you know, if you really analyse it, with about 4 chances at goals, they scored 3 goals, but you know, since then Rangers come back. Certainly the penalty kicks were given away very, very cheaply, and it's astonishing to see the same defender handle the ball twice in the same match.
5 away goals, enough to see Rangers through?
I would have thought so.
Well, Gough, who'd had such a good game, and in fact has had such a good game, to end it being beaten 5 times, it's just quite incredible. And somebody's going to write and say how many times I've said incredible in the past 15 minutes, but you've got to be here, I suppose, Billy.
Well, it's incredible because he's had a good game, and he's not had,
incredible.
I know that, it's incredible, it really is. He's not had a chance with any of the goals.
Well, a real shame. The game and the victory may belong to Rangers, but the night surely must belong in some small way to Shelbourne for the performance up to this first hour. Just a few more minutes remain then for Glasgow Rangers here, and an almighty let-off they've had. Jury makes his way into the penalty area, waiting for the ball to be delivered by Porrini. And a long-range effort, and I wonder whether they're going to get that ball back. I doubt it.
Oh, it came back very quickly, didn't it? They want some more goals, don't they?
Well, it's certainly not going to get any easier for Glasgow Rangers as the rounds progress in the UEFA Cup. But we said at the beginning that it would take some time for this side to function, or begin to function as a unit. We've already seen a change in thinking from Dick Advocaat. He wasn't afraid to change his system. Began with a 4-4-2, and it's not the way he's finished, as you can see from the start that we've been playing, which has brought Rangers back into the game. But that, Billy, surely is the measure of a good coach. Realises when something is wrong and actually does something positive about it.
I think very much so that he did do that at half-time. Obviously, he had a great deal of thought in that first half. His system wasn't working for him. Came out. Johansson on the left-hand side has been very impressive, but for me the biggest feature of it was the fact that Amacho looked so comfortable, so hungry in and around that box, and it has all come from him.
And this is Sheridan. Can they get a goal back? Is there something left for Shelbourne? One more high on a night that has already brought them so many. Desi Baker's corner. Cleared though, powerful header by Petric. A potential 2-on-1 situation there. And Ferguson is down injured. Shelbourne are intent on getting the game underway, but I think they just didn't actually notice that he was down, and he will actually have some attention given to him as we approach the final minute of the game. So summing up, would you use the word incredible then?
Not again, surely, Tim. A man of your intelligence can do better than that. But no, it has been an incredible game, hasn't it?
Rangers break. Now there's 3-on-1 over the halfway line if they can make it pay here. 14 is Ferguson. Shelbourne back though. But there's still plenty of space here. That's another good delivery and another chance, and that was a good block challenge. McCarthy there. Gordon Durie, he's had very few opportunities in this second half, which is surprising considering the number of goals. He's had a quiet 45 minutes, Gordon Durie.
He's worked hard in that position, but the difference in the second half is that...
Another chance here, they're just trying to tee it up. This is Amato still going! Oh, that would have been a real class finish by Amato.
He's got a real nose for goals, though. He's illustrated that, but prepared to take people on, gets himself into a very comfortable position and really miscues the shot.
Well, of course, there is the forgotten man of Negri, who's actually playing with the reserves at the moment, Billy. And well, no way back for him, surely.
I wouldn't have thought so. I don't think there is a place for him. I think that they're trying to get him another club.
Now they're coming forward once more. That's Desi Baker. That's another chance for Shelbourne to get another goal there. There was an opening there momentarily for Baker.
Snatched at it, never looked comfortable on it, and really missed a reasonable opportunity. But go back to Gordon Durie. One of the things that's been happening in the second half, because of the width that was created, the front players are in areas where they're likely to score, and although we haven't seen a lot of Durie, we've certainly seen enough of Amato to suggest that he can be a goal scorer.
But he's still a tremendous hard worker, isn't he, though, Gordon Durie?
He's a threat, good pace, prepared to work hard, makes lots of runs, and yeah, could be a good foil for Amato.
Just a couple of minutes of injury time then to go here at Prenton Park. Rangers not in any particular hurry now. And that's one area Niemi hasn't really had a lot of chances to make up for the mistakes of earlier on. Petrich's ball downfield. Gough, as we said, had such a great game. And to end this night, he'll wake up tomorrow morning and wonder how, as the whole team surely will. They conceded 5 goals in a little under 17 minutes. Well, they've done just about enough to make sure they're still on speaking terms with the manager, Glasgow Rangers. I'm sure he will have something to say about that first hour's performance from his side, Billy.
I think obviously he had a few words at half-time, because he certainly we saw a different Rangers team in the second half, but he'll have learned something as well about his players, and in this situation it's when you do learn about the players, and he'll have seen that he's had a team that had pride in their performance. They saw themselves go 3 goals behind, but once they got the first goal, there was only going to be one winner.
20 is Kelly, has the ball taken off of him. And Shelbourne win a free kick just inside the Rangers' half. Get it going quickly. Looking for Rutherford down there. Such a great battle with Porini in the first half. Andy came out on top.
He's not been such an attacking threat in the second half, simply because Porini put his personality onto Rutherford and forced him to play in his own half where he wasn't comfortable.
As Fenlon swinging his bit of the ball, but the free kick had been given the way of Glasgow Rangers. 12 is Van Bronckhorst, closed down by Desi Baker. 9 is Jury, goes down under a particularly heavy challenge. Play on, says the referee. Fitzgerald gets another bite of the ball. Fitzgerald. Baker tries to bring it under control, but Bronco shrugs him off and is then brought to the floor by Fitzgerald. Play on, says the referee. Johansson again. That's another great ball across by Johansson. They're queuing in the penalty area. This time, though, Shelbourne a little more alert to the situation. Fenlon in there at the last to save the day once more. And that was Gordon Durie. Well, maybe that's been the difference, or is going to be the difference rather, Billy, is the fact that possibly in recent years, maybe not being disparaging about the previous management team, but maybe someone with Advocaat's experience of realising situations that need to be changed and having the experience to actually go with a decision that can make a fundamental change in the way the game has gone.
Well, they certainly made the right decision tonight, but you've also got to remember the quality and the standing of the team that he was playing against.
Well, that is the final whistle here at Prenton Park. And the final score, Shelbourne 3, Glasgow Rangers 5. Up until 1 hour, Shelbourne led 3-0 before an onslaught from Glasgow Rangers brought them 5 goals in 17 minutes. A marvellous night's entertainment here from Prenton Park. And the Shelbourne team go over to salute their fans. They're going to wake up and just wonder where it went wrong in the second half. But they've done their club really proud tonight.
Well, they have. I mean, they gave their all. They were on the edge of creating a real surprise, but it wasn't to be.
We'll take a short break.
Motherwell will get the match started. The last time they played Rangers, they won. So their manager, Harry Kaplan, has the very impressive record against the Ibrox side. They've played 1-1. Foul given against George Albert. Back in the starting lineup. Disappointed to be left out in Europe during the week. But signs from